There. It's 11:15. What's up, Ryan? I just not the invite. I literally just walked in the door. And VCap is watching. What's up, Mom? I love him, and his face is everywhere. I don't think he realizes it yet. What's up, Laurie? Let PP Ryan on now. I'll let PP Ryan on now. What's up, Tony? Hold on, Ryan. I just sent it to you, Ryan. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hello.
What is up?
Yeah,
I'm still waiting on everybody though.
All right. Oh, have an echo.
I guess Red Hood wants to come on.
Oh, okay. I've got an Instagram message from. Oh, okay. See if I know how to do this. I'll send him.
I got it. I'll just give me a second.
Oh, okay. He'll send you the link.
All right. I sent it to your Instagram, Red Hood. I sent it to your the one with Mr. Peanut Butter.
Okay. Oh.
Ryan added some class. He always adds class to the show.
Yeah, it's need a haircut. This is a mop.
I sent out an invite. Nate was bitching at me for wanting to come on, and then.
Well, I'll figure this out. Wait.
And now Ray's
I'll figure this out. Okay.
What's up, everybody?
Copy. Got you ready? Just in case. Yeah, so Reddit definitely has a link. He definitely has a link.
I sent it to him. I sent it to his one.
I don't know what's going on.
No excuses.
Yeah.
I think they're just standing me up.
Yeah.
Something. I see how it is. Bitching at me for wanting to come on, and then hold on. Ray just sent me something.
PP Ryanette. We have PP Ryanette in the chat. Oh, whoa, you're frozen. I just realized you're frozen.
Okay, I got you now.
Oh, okay. Was I frozen? You're frozen.
There we go.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
You didn't tell me we're going to be in the presence of greatness.
Ladies I didn't. I also did not know MVCap was going to be in the chat.
I didn't know it was going to be in the chat.
I don't like the fact that you and I are bottoms right now for NV, Cap, PP Ryan, and PP Wish. This is unacceptable, fans. I can't work in this environment.
You rather be the top?
Well, I did ask if we were going to be tops or bottoms in my last stream, and I guess we got our answer.
Yeah.
So,
There you go.
So, Chris, this is your show, but I'm going to hijack it from the beginning, and I'm just going to say you have these two palpable symbols of male sexuality, just the testosterone and manliness is omnipresent. What is it that you would like us to bestow upon you with our greatness, Chris?
With your greatness?
I could live without the tone, sir.
I don't know. I was getting a message trying to go there. I don't know. Bestow whatever you want to be bestow. Bestow away. Ray secretly loves PNN.
Yeah, fuck PNN. I hate them. Ray, we're about to cut your
we
contract.
did a complete swap. Now I love PNN, and now it's the opposite. It was literally the opposite yesterday.
I was gonna say I thought Ray liked PNN.
We about to cut your contract.
I'm personally on a mission right now to dethrone, deplatform, and disembowel Chris LaRoche, JDQ, PNN, and you know what? I'm going to throw PP Ryan in that mix too. I'm just going full heel. Say goodnight to Ray and say hello to the bad guy.
You just are heel.
No, I love PNN. Seriously, anyone that doesn't subscribe to the channel, it's a really neat approach to what they do. Ryan is one of the nicest people, and you know, for a guy that small in stature, he makes up for it in testicular fortitude. The kid's a tough motherfucker. He's got my respect. And Chris, you came into the Thunderdome on White Guy Wednesday. You earned my respect. Even Nate and I off camera said, you know, it's like our hats are off to you. We tip the cap. So I don't know if you've ever done one of these, Chris, but an interview typically starts when you introduce the guests, you welcome them, you say hello, and you ask a question to which we usually respond.
So I
Ray
didn't know.
bulldozing his way in here, Chris.
I know Ray just took over. Stealing, like you stole all my questions for Alex the other night. It's all good. I don't know. I figured it would be just a bullshit session. Have you checked your Instagram, Nathan, by the way?
Whose Instagram?
Yours.
My Instagram?
You're trending, brother.
Oh, good.
Like
Oh, yeah, because you're using my picture? Yeah, I know. I'm getting trolled right now. It's okay.
Why are you getting trolled?
I don't know. Because me and Prayer News Now posted a sexy pic together. I don't know. I guess. I don't know. It doesn't take much to get trolled in this community, but it's the way you take it. I don't give a shit.
For real.
Wait, is that Reddit?
Fucking Red Hood has my goddamn. That's the picture that they're trolling me with right now. What?
Yes. It's literally everywhere.
No, that's not.
Dude,
that's not
dude, if you look at the size of my head compared to the sizes of their head in that picture, I was looking at myself. I was like, Jesus Christ, like an Airhead commercial. You know, when they're eating the fucking, their heads just fucking.
Who do you guys think was more attractive as a female, Nate or myself?
No homo. I would say you, Ryan, or not.
Chris LaRoche.
Lies.
Ray.
Oh my God.
I'd say Ray.
Ray has women generally like the older guys. It's all right. It's okay. Well, at least you know I'm not bald. So
yeah, a family member just texted me saying, "Who the fuck is that on your Instagram?" No, they texted me like, "Who the fuck?"
You literally had Mr. Peanut Butter as your Instagram for like fucking 8 months. They didn't fucking question that.
No, and then when I put you on, they immediately just questioned it.
Did they question the Habib LaRoche? Me and a big.
Oh, I got found out.
Oh yeah, did I dox you?
Yeah, Habib LaRoche is me, or was me. That's like I changed it now.
It's Mr. Peanut Butter. Now it's
just a bunch of Mr. Peanut Butter accounts that are just me floating around.
Dude, my screen name for a minute was allergic to peanut butter. He did not like that.
Damn. So
Mr. Piggy, you don't like it? What?
You're having Alex on tomorrow because he was busy tonight. So then you got stuck with White Guy Wednesdays and fucking envy cuck and
just the fox.
Nonverbal cooks against predators.
And that's just the facts.
How do I find this on YouTube? How do I find
It's everywhere. Like even Jesus has a picture of Nate on there. Courtney's got one too.
Are we live yet or no?
Dude, I don't know why my head's so big. It always has been big. When I played football, like I had an extra large helmet, and it's just like it's you know. You'd think with an extra large head, it would come with extra brain. I am a pretty smart individual, but it didn't come with fucking book smarts, that's for sure. But yeah, dude, that picture did have me have a fucking big head. We actually took a really good picture. Besides that one of me having a big head, but like it kind of looked a little weird. I mean, it didn't look weird to me, but it kind of looked like a beginning of a porn shoot. So that's not the one I posted. And unfortunately, that was the one where I looked like I had a normal size head and I looked pretty good. But anyways, the one that got posted was me that looked like I had a massive head. It didn't look like an intro to a porn shoot. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Chris LaRoche's OnlyFans personal account. Tonight on What's Your Story?
OnlyFans.
We have a gentleman who was abducted by aliens. He's eternally going to look 14 for the rest of his life. He's 73. He knows no gender. He knows no sexuality because he can't be held by social constructs, P.P. Ryan. And two white men desperately seeking their privilege in a world that no longer needs them, doesn't appreciate them, and that they are not cut out for. They sought refuge in one another's arms, and they found solace in the hearts of the fans. Ray and Nate from White Guy Wednesday. And whatever the fuck Red Hood is.
Yeah.
He's a part of White Guy Wednesday. He's been on there like 5 times, right?
Dude, White Guy Wednesday is a movement. It's not about Nate or myself. If Nate and I were killed tomorrow, White Guy Wednesday ain't stopping.
Yeah, I'd find like
all the white people could be gone, and it's still gonna go on.
You look lost. Somebody's saying you look lost, Ryan.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
You don't look lost. You look kidnapped.
He's still in that basement zone.
Little known fact: did you know that P.P. Ryan has Benjamin Button disease?
Yeah, but Benjamin Button makes you age younger. I just stay the same age.
I like how you have the Donald Jump hand gestures. I get the best molesters, better than any molesters.
Yeah.
Sound like Dr. Evil.
I put them all in jail, and they get molested.
You've got the man, the myth, the legend, and the ghost. Not the ghost from CC Unit, but the man who shows no face.
Hey, I heard you were going to do a face reveal if I went on White Guy Wednesday.
Say that one more time.
Wait, what?
I heard somebody said you were going to do a face reveal if I went on White Guy Wednesday.
Oh,
somebody said that.
That had an expiry date.
That's bullshit.
That had an expiry date, my guy.
My guy?
It's like a politician. Can't trust him.
Yeah, bro. That had like a look, because what happened after the whole shit, which I won't mention. I don't know, like it like when I said it, and then when it actually happened, it was like 3 weeks, almost a month later, and that had a huge expiry date. So now
I didn't hear about that part.
Yeah, that offer. I don't even know, man. I mean, I have a mask right now. I mean, I could. I'm not showing. I'm definitely not showing my full face. That's an absolute no-no.
All right, Chris. Let's see.
Just let me down.
Let the healing commence. What would you like to find out about the four of us? You have 4 absolute zero contributors to the pedophile community. So when you don't get Alex, this is the best that you got. So
this is what I got left with.
Fire questions away.
What made you guys do White Guy Wednesday?
Nate, why don't you answer first, Bubba?
Me and Ray were just supposed to be a live stream together. And it was Ray's idea. He's like, dude, what if we just do this? I was like, okay. And then it just happened. But it was originally just supposed to be me and Ray doing a live stream together at first. So it was originally Ray's idea.
Funny
although he likes to push it upon me that it was my idea. It was Ray's idea.
So Nate was doing a couple of live streams, and they were anyone who does a single person live stream, it's really difficult to keep it directed or like to really have a purpose. So I was like, hey man, and Nate's saying something to me like, Ray, you're much more entertaining on cat. Like he's like, you want to do a live? We were going to talk about like politics or something like that one night. So we did. Me and JDQ did a live stream. Then me and Nate were like, hey, why don't we just get a night where we talk trash with the guys? And obviously it's Nate's channel, so technically that means it's Nate's show, and Nate gets all the talent in the community. I don't have a strong connection to any of these people. So Nate's kind of he's the brains behind the operation, and I'm the voice. And you know what it turned into was like when you would do What's Your Story, those one-on-one intimate personal interviews, they're great, but it's a little bit heavier. So we wanted to do something a little bit lighter. So having 3 or 4 people on, kind of rapid fire questions, a la the ESPN, like around.
It was supposed to be more of a hangout rather than an interview.
Like a bullshit session.
Yes.
Pretty much. No high school.
You know, it's no high school bullshit. One of the coolest things that was a byproduct of this was we got a chance to, you would dip a toe into Courtney's live stream, into Alex's, into Ryan's 13-hour live streams where you're just looking at the dash of his car, and Nate going on a drunken tirade against a tyrannical government and a fascist regime. So we have all these like insulated communities. It's like, imagine if the grid went down and we couldn't text or call our neighbors. So we just found a way to kind of bring people together. And, obviously Ryan's, he's a legitimate contributor to the community. He takes catching seriously. He's been involved with far more catches than I have. But, we're lucky enough to know the people who give us a platform that we're able to put a couple of people on and, help introduce some people to the community that they might not otherwise give the time of day to. So that's been the coolest part of it for me.
So what improvements have you seen from the first episode?
I think it's gotten worse, to be honest with you. No, what improvements?
Yeah.
There's really no. Have you ever heard of a show called Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Yes, I never actually seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
That's the one me, Robert. He said, "Shit, I'm going to tell Frylock on you."
It's a show that doesn't have, or kind of like Mike Tyson's mystery adventures. There's really no point to our show. It's just like 4 or 5, 6 of your buddies, if you're having a couple of drinks, talking shit. We get together and, we talk about everything and nothing all at once. It's just a way to kind of decompress. So there's really no, like PNN does a really professional production. From the audio is better than our audio. The video is better than our video. You do a much better job of like long form one-on-one. All we want to do is, a lot of us get to bullshit with one another, see each other in person. We wanted to invite you guys into that. So this is the best thing that we can come up with.
Sweet. Let's see. Just a second there. So how long you plan on doing it? I know you said you're going to end up wrapping things up in a couple weeks.
Not a couple. I said in episode 15. That's fucking 10 weeks.
I thought you said you were taking a break, though.
That's a long fucking time. I said probably season 1 will end in 10 weeks, and then we'll either look to improve it or see what we could do from there. I think that's the best strategy to go from.
Can you post based Ryan's comment? Because he has a really good point. Chris, can you please put that up?
Yeah, I got it.
Thank you.
Gels Podcasting Advisor. Is it 2021 or 2001?
I peaked in 2001, brother. I still listen to Sugar Ray, early Black Eyed Peas, and
dude, you're telling me I have a fucking Blink-182 tattoo that I don't like to talk about.
What's
but there's someone in the chats, dude. I have a fucking. There's this. If you ever see Nathan's Blink-182 tattoo, type in the chats. That's a girl I dated for like fucking 2 weeks that knows I have a Blink-182 tattoo. But talking about 2001. Fucking
that was Smash Mouth. That was another one back in the day. Creed.
Take from one, give to another.
Yeah, I think it was like 6 in 2001. I think.
It was what in 2001?
Oh, I mean, it was 6. I don't know if I remember.
PP Ryan is one of the Eternals from Marvel. He's 3,000. He's like Thor. I'm 5,000 years old. Killed twice as many men. I swear to God, we're gonna find some shit out about Ryan. No, I mean, how many?
Why is your decoy in here, Ryan?
Ryan decoys as himself.
Oh, wait, what was that?
Your decoy's in here.
Yeah,
oh,
PP
no,
Ryan.
yeah, decoy picture. That's not for the girl decoy.
Give us another question, Chris. One thing I've known about millennials is that their attention span can only be measured in microseconds. So, what else would you like to know?
I don't know. What'd you guys do today? I'm fried. I just got home from work.
I saw a movie out there, if anybody has seen it, called Dear Evan Hansen.
Dude, there's no movies worth a shit out anymore.
Dude,
I
All right,
fucking
face
hate
reveal, face reveal,
movies
face reveal, face
nowadays.
reveal, face reveal, face reveal, face reveal.
Face reveal?
Yep.
Hold on.
I don't watch movies. I don't watch TV shows. Nothing that's modern.
Oh,
Shit, dude. Hey,
That's
you look
good.
like
Dude, you look like Mexican Ghost if he had type 2 diabetes.
I was gonna say you do look like Ghost.
Yeah, because I have the mask on. Like, I'm not taking the mask off. That's an absolute no. But yeah.
you look
gotta
like
care
someone
for-
that absolutely hates Christopher Columbus because he took over your homeland. Is that a true statement? Did you not celebrate Christopher Columbus Day this last holiday?
I mean, no, because I fucking had to go to school either way.
Then you should have had fucking school off that day.
No, everyone else seems to have had an off day, but apparently not colleges. So yeah.
Chris, I'm gonna give you.
You gotta hear first, only on What's Your Story. Red Hood got a face reveal. Almost, but
I mean,
Rami
I
already
technically,
leaked it, so it wasn't anything new.
Yeah, I technically did a face reveal on my very first stream. In which Jen Bruno was like the only the only person there, and me and her were just talking for like an hour straight.
Yeah,
and then
So it was
I
really
just
like a FaceTime call.
right, and then I just privated the whole shit, and then somehow the picture resurfaced when I was getting exposed by Voldemort, but
I'm getting flexposed.
It's all water under the bridge. I don't care.
So, Chris,
Come at me.
here's an easy
Yeah.
question, Chris, and you can ask it to everyone in the room. What attracted you to this community, and what was the first content that you were witness to? I'm just going to give you a little feeder there.
for me,
No,
Or for me to ask you
you're the
guys?
one interviewing us, Chris.
So what introduced you to the community? Was that the question? Sorry, I'm just trying to.
That's the first
What
part.
was the first content that you were introduced
Yeah, what's
to?
the first content that you came across? How about that?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Could you repeat the question, please?
What was the first What was the first content that you came across?
I guess I'll start. The first content. I'm old enough. I'm 38 this week. So To Catch a Predator, I actually saw it on NBC when it was a real thing. Back when they were doing AOL chat rooms, Perverted Justice were the decoys, and the first episode or two. You know what, Jake 21, you're probably right. I don't think Chris does want to be here. He was supposed to interview like a major celebrity who caught EDP, and instead
Nah.
Yeah, he got stuck with these fucking.
So here's a
hoodlums.
fun one. Did you guys know that the first season of To Catch a Predator, they actually did not have police on scene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard that.
So that was, and it wasn't even its own show. It was a segment of an NBC. I don't know if it was 60 Minutes or Dateline. It was a segment on Dateline. It wasn't even a. Yes, Insightly Digest. I'm really 38.
Yeah, it was a segment called Hansen versus Predator or some shit, and then it got turned to a show called To Catch a Predator or something like that. I don't fucking know.
That is.
Didn't you later?
I remember as a little kid, my father would turn it on for like 5 minutes and be like, dude, fuck this disgusts me, and turn it off. So that was like, I mean, this was on in the early 2000s, so I was a little fucking mini-me. So, I mean, I remember basic segments, and I remember my mother would always want to watch it, and I was pretty intrigued by it as a little lad. But then my father would like see like 5 seconds of it and be done with it and change the channel. But I vaguely remember it.
Super quick, shout out to Dreamy Flower. He or she is actually right. It was called Dangerous Web. That was the first miniseries on Dateline, Dangerous Web, and it tested well, so it got famous. And then what attracted me to
Didn't they have like the Perverted Justice people there in the first season too, or was it just them doing?
It was Watchdog and Perverted Justice. I didn't really get involved in the behind the scenes stuff, but what got me into this community is about, I'd say maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I was, YouTube now has everything. Like everything from our past is pretty much available on YouTube. So they had all the catches where you could watch. Someone said I look way younger than Alex. That's, no
That's just a
comment
fact.
on that one. So I was watching it. I was watching all the episodes, and eventually there were only like 4 or 5 seasons. So maybe let's say there were 55 catches in total. There was no more content, and that's about the time. Have you ever heard of Creep Catchers Canada? Like,
Yeah.
cat laws. You try to hook up with a child, huh? You gonna hook up creep catcher, that whole shit. So I watched those guys in Canada, and then they led me to Pop Squad, and then about 2 years ago, maybe just a little bit more, I saw this heavyset Jewish kid in Texas in a JP Losman jersey and an orange safety vest, like roasting people at Walmart, and I'm like, well, this is a new way to do it, but at least it's something to watch. And then he gave birth to Polo, PP Central Florida, PP Ohio, PP Southwest Texas. Obviously, Jay from PP Mass. I haven't seen him or talked to him in a minute, but that's a guy who takes the craft very seriously, and he does.
I was supposed to do a lot of PP. I was supposed to do a shitload of work for PP Mass Day until I got I got a message on my inbox from Predator News Now out of the blue. I mean, I asked to hang out with them at least over a month ago. Yeah. And then once I found out that, I thought that they didn't like me and all this shit. And out of the blue, they messaged me, yo, are you able to meet at 3 p.m. today? And it was like noon at this point. I'm like, oh shit. It's like I'm supposed to be doing this for Jay all day, but I guess Jay's going to have to wait till tomorrow. But fuck yeah. Yeah. I'm supposed to do a lot of shit for Jay today.
So how was it with PNN?
How was what?
How was it with PNN?
No, they surprised the shit out of me. I had a lot of negative stigmas towards them in the first place. A, because they come from the Tommy universe, and B, I wasn't so. I mean, when I met them in person, I wasn't Mr. like, oh, nice guy. I did fucking nail them on the spot, asking them fucking hard ass questions, and then they answered it, and a lot of shit got fucking explained, and then. I don't know. It was just, I still have my beef with Tommy. I don't like that fucking guy at all. But at the end of the day, I mean, they aren't Tommy. And, so, it just went pretty good. And, I had the stigma that they were fucking libtard, like not just liberal, but just vaccination pushers, all the shit. It's all because Emily's hair is blue. But that wasn't the case at all. They were actually pretty level-headed, smart human beings. And, they're actually way... I thought I was going to shock them because, I'm very unpolitically correct when it comes to the way I speak, especially off the internet. Nothing that I, was doing intentionally trying to push at their buttons was working. So I was like, dude, these guys are actually, they're not based, but they're based in the fact that, they're a lot better than what I was expecting. So they kind of blew me away. And you know what? I actually became friends with them. It started off with them buying me a drink, and then the night ended, I started buying them drinks. They were a lot cooler than I was expecting. And, I'm glad I met them. They're some cool peeps, and I'm fortunate to live, this happened because we live in the same city together. So,
cool.
Yeah, that'd be a good show.
That's cool. So what made what's originated your beef with Tommy? Was it because of Alex, or
we're not going to get into that? But no, I mean, there's many things. A, it stems from Blonde Java, and B, another one's PP Mass. But we'd go all night if we get into that.
Gotcha.
But Blonde Java is the fucking the fucking shadow in the dark. So but we shouldn't really get into that.
so apparently you can't say "da" anymore on your stream, like THA. You can't say that anymore because I got immediately blacklisted by Nightbot.
If that was probably a while ago. I talked to PNN about that tonight. There was words that were blacklisted. They fixed it. Apparently, there's no blacklisted words anymore. Because originally I should stop talking about it. But
I'm going to go ahead real quick. And as the oldest person in the room, I'm going to make a really big point here. There's no such thing as internet place because fucking, like Dave Chappelle said, Twitter and Instagram ain't a real place. So internet beef is all fun and it's silly, but the second you see 95% of people in person, that shit falls away to the wayside. Most of it's like manufactured, scripted drama like the WWE. So yeah, right. I don't take any beef seriously on the internet. If somebody... I'm pretty transparent about the city that I live in. Like, I would much rather make you a burger and pour you a drink. Like, if
hey, ask PNN. I was pretty straight to the fucking point when I met them today. I did not fucking pretend to be some fucking soy boy at all. I went straight to the point. We hashed it out in the first 15 minutes of me meeting them, and then we went cool from there. But as soon as I met them, it went like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. We introduced ourselves, and it immediately went from me going from point A to point B to point C to point C to this to that to that, and we hashed it out in the first 15 minutes. And if they didn't say shit I didn't like to hear, or that, you know, if they said shit that I agreed with or that I didn't stand with, I would have been like, this is over. But, from point A to point B, like, it helped stagnate each other with ladders and slides up to, so I did fucking grill them in the first 15 minutes of when I met them. And you know what? It just turned out, most of the shit I was accusing them of was completely false. And then most of the shit that, that I had stigmas about them about was completely false. And then, then the shit that I was right about, they admitted to it. They said why. And I was like, dude, well, you know what? They admitted to it. They said why, so, I don't really, it's not like they're defending their actions. So, no, but I did go at their neck when I did, not at their neck, but I did put them on the spot as soon as I met them within the first 10 minutes.
You just didn't waste any time.
I mean, there's no point. I mean, if it's going to end up with you guys hanging out and then ultimately fucking hating each other at the end, you might as well get it out of the way in the beginning. But we turned out really cool, and it was a really fun time. I like them both. They're actually really cool people. Despite Emily's blue hair, she's not a complete leftist, whatever the fuck. But no, they're actually level-headed. They're not your stereotypical California idiots, so. No, it went surprisingly very well, and I look forward to hanging out with them again sometime in the future.
Ron, you look like you don't want to be here.
Oh no, I was reading the chat.
You haven't said a fucking word.
So yeah,
so did you DoorDash? Did you DoorDash?
Yeah, DoorDashed. Yeah, DoorDashed. Kind of in the Boston area.
Be quiet.
Hold on, I just want to say, fuck you, Kodiak, fuck you. Right in between your eyes. Fuck you, Kodiak. You can put a comment up, Chris. It's actually really funny.
I'll put that right there.
She's not wrong. She's not wrong.
Longest time I've ever heard Ray be quiet.
You're chomping at the bit trying to say something, weren't you, Ray?
No.
You're just chilling.
Ryan, did you smoke? It was your birthday a couple days ago. Did you smoke a joint with Jay for your birthday?
I mean, actually, I have a drug test pending, so the only reason I can't. That's why. That wasn't true. I would.
Oh my god.
So that's the only reason.
Yeah.
The first rule of radio.
Otherwise, Ryan would have been litty titties, right, Ryan?
Yeah, litty like a pair of titties.
And I'll say, like, I will say this: PP Masters weed is on another level. It's by far the strongest marijuana to ever be created by whatever, by aliens, by humans, anything. Like, I don't know what is. First time I had it, I was like, I don't know what it is. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine Ryan smoking. I really can't.
I just don't know why PP Ryan talks like a 11-year-old Donald Trump. He's like, the Predator was incredible. I went over there, not over there, but I went over there. And then I rolled down the window in the car and I smoked a cigarette and then I threw it out the window. It's you have a wide assortment of hand gestures, Ryan. You are a great physical communicator, sir.
Thank you.
It's huge. Pending drug test.
Anybody in this room a convicted felon?
No.
Is anyone in this room a convicted felon?
No.
Are you really, Red Hood?
No. The mask might say otherwise, but other than that, then...
Anybody been to jail?
No.
Dude, My Life just came out with a tremendous comment. My Life said China is expected to surpass USA within the current decade. Meanwhile, the Rami Alex beef saga will continue.
It's gonna go on.
So you didn't ask me the question, Chris, but I'm going to go ahead and ask it for you. So Ray and Nate, what has your experience becoming personalities in the community meant, and what do you think of the people that take place in the comments and in the community? Well, Chris, it's funny that you.
This is a question towards me. Who's it to?
I was pretending to be Chris, asking us a question together.
That's too confusing.
What was the
question? I don't even know what the question is.
Just basically ask us, what has our interaction with the fans been like? What has that interaction meant for us? What have we been surprised about? Just what has been your relationship and interaction with the fans?
Well, it seems like that's a question you really want to answer, Ray. So you should go ahead and answer it.
I was going to ask that, but go ahead.
You wouldn't have asked it, Ray.
I think that this community as a whole has some of the most witty, funny fans of all of YouTube. Because most people are like, so no matter what it is, whether it's music or like a podcast or an influencer, you're so great. I love everything you do. Where can I give a dono? Like, our fans roast the shit out of us. Like, literally, I'm the Lizard King stuck in 2001 that rails 8 balls and never shuts the fuck up. Like, any moment I have anything resembling self-esteem, the fans are absolutely sure. They're like, nope, Ray feels good about himself today. We can't have this.
Have you always been that confident?
What is that a serious question?
Yeah, Ray. Have you always been that confident? Because you asked me behind the scenes if I have, and then you tried to be a little touchy and told me that you grew up as a little fat nerd. So the question is, have you always been as confident as you are now?
No, not even close.
Exactly. I mean, that's what I've heard from you. But yeah.
So what's your story, Ray? Literally.
It's not even that I'm confident. Like, the world still terrifies the shit out of me. I've just become a tremendously more brave in the way that I face the world. That's all.
Stunning and brave.
It doesn't come naturally to me. Like, it's not something that I was innately born with. No.
So what makes you become more confident? Do you read motivational books? What do you do?
He lifts iron and wears a visor.
The visor makes me wiser. That's I'm gonna get that tattooed on my neck. No, my confidence comes from pretty much being a good friend, being someone that people can lean on, being someone that's motivating other people motivates me.
So have you been in any other community besides the Persian community?
I'm an elementary school physical education teacher, somebody said. No, I'm not. I'm in the stand-up community, but it's not online. Like, it's the real community. Like, I love jokes. I love impressions. I do some voiceover work, but entertainers as a whole, like, there's a difference between confidence and vanity. Like, entertainers take themselves way too seriously. You know what I mean? Like, whether your song is profound or not, there's like a 3rd grade teacher in a shitty school district making $46,000 a year because she loves what she does. So no, I never like, the gifts that I have and the things that give me the ability to be a personality in the community, they're really not that important at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We had Jaime was on last night, the girl who does the decoy work. No one knows what she was on JDQ. No one's seen her face. She doesn't have I don't even think she has a Cash App. And I would venture to say that she's a bigger contributor to this community than everybody on the screen at this moment.
No doubt.
And she doesn't even see.
That was hurtful.
Jaime.
Who? Jaime. Jaime. She does a lot of the decoy work.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, without her, without the decoys, like, the catches would never happen. So I try to use our platform to give a voice to, again, people like PP Ryan, a guy like Red Hood, a guy like Eula Roche, somebody like Jesus or Alfredo, who are behind the camera all the time. Bombstitute she does a tremendous amount of work to moderate, regulate, and promote all the channels. Like, there's a lot of people other than the 6 or 7 catcher personalities that make this whole wheel turn.
Red Fire has hair.
As far as me, the only community I was in if we get we might have a rapper on next week who's in the big political field, Saint Mises.
Oh God.
Who said,
"Oh, what do you mean, oh God?" His music's pretty good. I mean, he's a conservative activist. The only other community I have been a part of was from the political spectrum. And if you see my last videos, I used to go riot chasing a lot. So when the Portland riots was going on, I met a lot of big public live streamers that publicized that type of shit. So the only other community I've been a part of was political side, which I got the fuck out of really fast not too long ago.
Bombstitute just asked if she could join.
She could join.
You got to send her a
Well,
link.
can I
No
join
fucking
White
way.
Guy Wednesday? She's asking if she could join White Guy
Oh,
Wednesday.
White Guy
She has
Wednesday.
alcohol. I think she's just trolling.
Yeah, she's.
Oh. Well, so hold on really quick. Red Hood, when he said the name of my friend, why did you say, oh God? Do you know who that is?
No, I was like, you put together conservative and rapper, and then a bunch of ideas just came into my head. I'm like, what is he gonna rap about? Like freaking.
Well, you got a lot of guys out there in that space right now. You got Burden, you got High Res, you got Jimmy Levy, you got Mises, Big
Tom
Boy
McDonald,
Tom McDonald, Big Boy from
Daz,
Outkast.
dude, Dap.
Ice-T is a conservative guy. 50 Cent had one of the great lines ever. They said, who did you vote for? He said, Trump. They said, how'd you vote for Trump? He's like, because I want to be 50 Cent, not 25 Cent. It was one of the
Lil Wayne is conservative.
Lil Wayne is
I didn't know that.
He's a much more profound guy than people give him credit for. He tells a story of, and I'm going to do my best. He's like, I never experienced racism in my life. I was 12 and shot myself in the chest, and the cops broke into the house, and they're stepping over me. And one cop said, what the fuck are y'all doing? And picked me up. He goes, every cop that walked over me was blacker than me. The cop that lifted me up was white as snow, and he didn't leave my hospital room until he found out that boy was going to be okay. A white man saved. And that's a dude. I respect guys that seek the truth above all. Like, they don't really, like, Nate's much more of a conservative than I am. Like, I don't give a fuck about the label. Like, I'll leave my camp tomorrow if they're not doing what I want them to do.
True. What's your stance on politics, Ryan? Are you a Republican, Democrat?
Yeah, I'm actually very liberal, progressive.
Bro, Ryan's trying to secede from the country.
Yeah.
Start his own nation.
Well, the difference between liberal and leftist, and a lot of the stigma that we have towards liberals are that they're leftist, which is a complete farce. So,
yep.
I mean,
like my kind of thing is like I'm like 100% for free speech of any kind. But at the same time, I kind of believe that FDR economics kind of policies of like a lot of the European countries, they're pretty much just the evidence is there that that they yield the highest results. So it's pretty much.
I mean, you mean countries that have a 50% tax rate with a significantly higher concentration of Caucasian people, homogeneous populations with a population of 8 million or less, such as Finland, Denmark, or Sweden, Norwegian countries, Nordic countries?
Well, it's a nominal tax. It's a nominal tax, 50%.
Has anybody in this room ever made enough money to be negatively affected by taxes?
Yes.
No.
Dude, I got fucking last year. I got fucked in taxes, dude.
Ryan, I'm gonna tell you something right now, Ryan. The community picked you up because it's a community's responsibility to look after those who need a hand. So I say be a liberal on your street, be a Democrat in your county, be a conservative in your town, be a Republican at your state, and be a fucking libertarian at the federal level. Like, I don't want the federal government sending my money from Florida to fucking Wisconsin. Like, I live in Central Florida. Yeah, we should take care of our own.
States better say thank you to California for that because they pay for all your shit.
So what would you be calling for? Like the states just like split up? I'm not sure I understand.
No, states' rights supersede federal rights, Ryan. Like that's a tale as old as time. States' rights have always been indoctrinated and predicated that states' rights will supersede state law will supersede federal law. The first federal law that ever really took place, do you know what the drinking age used to be?
It was like 16, right?
It was 18 in certain states. And then they developed what was called the interstate system, like I-95, I-477. So the interstates, the federal government couldn't mandate states to make the drinking age 21, but they said, you're not going to get any government funding unless you raise the drinking age to 21. So Nate's a veteran. He was in the Coast Guard. If you're going to tell me that the federal government has the power to tell a young man or a young woman that he or she can go to fucking Fallujah or to Crete or Bagram or, fucking Kabul and fight for their country for 3.5 years, have a family of 2 and pay child support, but they can't enjoy a fucking frosty brew on Friday night. And if you're going to sit there and tell me that our commander in chief who suffers from rapid onset dementia, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. It's the most ignorant thing in the world. He has gone on the record stating that he didn't want his kids to go to school in a racial jungle.
I don't like Biden. I don't like
you
Biden.
Like him?
No, I don't like Biden.
I'm not saying all liberals do agree with Biden. Biden's as Obama. It's pro-leftism. It's pro-progressivism. It's pro-wokeism, and not all liberals are like that.
Can somebody explain to me? Hold on. I really need to know, what does based mean?
It just basically
decent
means
Conservative
values.
Yeah.
No, the little kid did not get canceled, Goat Son. I come from a world where we don't judge our friends based on who they voted for in the last election. I might think his political leanings are fucking retarded, but the kid's super nice to me. He works hard and he fucking stands on his own 2 feet and he doesn't ask anybody for a handout. So, like, no, we're absolutely never going to yeah, let's go, Brandon. Don't cancel anybody. Does anyone know what the Gadsden flag is? The Gadsden jacket?
Gadsden? No.
It's the "Don't Tread on Me" flag.
Oh, okay. That's the snake.
Yeah, the snake. So I mean, there's it's funny too. I was like a fucking super. I was never a liberal. But I was always I'm Irish, so I was a Democrat, like a John F. Kennedy, Union strong, upper middle class Democrat. Ryan, you say you're a progressive liberal, and you're obviously a smart young man. Can you tell me?
He's not progressive liberal. He didn't say that. Progressive liberal.
He's very progressive.
Like Biden. He's not progressive. He's just liberal. He's probably Kennedy liberal, which is libertarian in a sense.
Okay, so what was the question?
I mean, I don't mean to speak for you, but you're not a progressive liberal. I already know that. So don't get your words mixed up, Ray. He's not progressive.
So Ryan, what do you think about Alyssa Milano, or was it Demi Lovato, who said that calling extraterrestrials aliens could be offensive?
That was Demi Lovato.
Well, I don't know what Demi Lovato is, so I don't know. Wait, so he said something about aliens is offensive? What?
Demi Lovato, who's a progressive, she's a progressive, and this is what you aren't, Ryan. I know you're not progressive, but Demi Lovato said calling extraterrestrialites aliens is offensive. We should call them ETs.
She really said that?
Aliens?
No,
I mean,
she doesn't.
from my interactions with the aliens, they actually talk about that all the time. So they always say they're offended by that all the time. So like when we do our interviews with the aliens, I mean that's like the main topic they talk about.
Yeah, they're gonna be really offended by us calling.
I can't speak for the aliens. For sure. The aliens do that, but I'm just relaying the
message. Dude, this is the same person who literally made a whole video just to announce her new pronouns, just because her relevancy was fading. It's nothing more than a. She doesn't really.
She pronounced that. She got in some trouble for some shit. I don't remember what it was, but she did get in some trouble. And once she got in trouble, she announced herself as a non-binary, and then the news turned to that. I don't remember what it was that got her originally in trouble, but she did get in trouble by the public. And as soon as she got in trouble, she announced herself as non-binary, and then
as a move. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the closest person politically to me I've ever seen publicly would probably be Bernie Sanders. That makes any sense.
Stay the fuck away from my money, Ryan.
Ryan, shut up!
I'm out of here.
Let me kick him out. I was gonna kick him out.
Shit. Yeah. But some things disagree on.
That's too much. I mean, it would take. I mean, it's pointless to make a. It's pointless to debate about this subject. But fuck,
for a debate.
But fuck, bro, Bernie's. But fuck, bro.
I don't think I don't even think it's necessarily a debate. Until I got to where I got in my career, I wasn't as strong about it. And then I remember the first time that I saw
top 1%. The top 1% is richer than all of America.
The top 1% is richer than all of America. They can buy a small country in the fucking Sudan.
I'm Bernie Sanders. And I'm once again asking
how much do you have to make to be in the top 1%? What's the threshold?
I don't fucking know.
500,000.
Jesus.
No, it's millions.
It's
millions. It's millions.
I don't think you're right, Chris.
So they're under the assumption
that to be the top 1% of the top 1%, it's millions.
It's millions.
Millions upon millions.
It's their whole
above a million. So it's millions.
Their whole thing is that they don't pay their fair share in taxes or some shit.
I thought they get taxed more than everybody else.
The thing is, they do pay the same amount as us. They pay the same percentage as us in taxes, in which case they pay more in taxes than we do. They're paying the same percentage as us.
Yeah,
and that's the whole thing that's different between us and liberals is should you pay more percentage in taxes based on what you earn. And basically what conservatives believe, it's the same percentage right across the board. It's even and it's fair. And they're paying technically more money in taxes than we are.
Because they're
But
earning
to
more.
pay them
That's a
more in percentage is
Ryan,
it's just complete.
Ryan, I want to see your liberal tears. I want to do a reaction video with you when Ben Shapiro debates Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks.
Well, I mean,
Actually, Ryan kind of looks like a young Ben Shapiro, doesn't he?
He looks like Sheldon
Yoda.
from Big Bang Theory.
A little bit.
Ryan looks like Yoda, bro.
See, the first thing
Yeah,
I forgot what I was about to say for some
we
reason.
come from a Judeo-Christian household, and I'm an Orthodox Jew. The thing on top of my head, that's the yarmulke, and I bought it with gold. Speaking of gold, do you know where I buy my gold? Cashforgold.com. Promo code Ben Shapiro for 15% off.
There's no point in capitalism. This is why leftists are associated to socialism, because there's no point in a capitalistic country, which capitalism is the best form of government that's ever existed in this world. Only history has had time to tell. But in this leftist government, depending if you make more money, you should get punished with a higher percentage of taxes, and that's what makes the fucking leftist complete fucking socialistic fucking scum. There's no reason why you should pay a higher percentage in taxes because you make more money. It should be even across the board. And in real life, that's more like fucking communism than it is with that, because everyone's paying the same same percentage of taxes.
Ryan,
was that a flat tax?
Ryan, stop talking like Donald Trump with your hands. If you love Bernie, first of all, just minimize the hand movement. My question to you, right? You have who would you say the top 3 predator catchers in the game are?
Please, thank you.
I think I asked him that question.
Yeah, probably Anxiety War.
That motherfucker hasn't put out a catch in forever. He's like generic Bo Burnham, and then everything behind the catch.
Yeah, I mean there is a time lapse, definitely. But just kind of appreciate the way he did it.
Let's continue to go. We're talking convictions, the actual making a dent, putting a spotlight on predatory pedophilic behavior.
Actually, as far as convictions, I think the person who has the most convictions that I know of is actually PP Mass. He has like a lot of convictions.
Jay's a fucking stud. So we've got Jay. Who's number 2?
Is Perverted Justice count?
No, they're a decoy organization.
Okay, yeah. We'll figure this out. Probably CC Unit. CC Unit, huge one. And now I would actually say it's kind of moving. Like, there's a lot I want to think of, but it's kind of moving towards Alex actually.
It is Alex. Those are the 3.
Yeah. CC has the most charges, that's for sure. About conviction.
I'm just going to bring this back really quick. Alex, CC Unit, and Jay. CC Unit goes to college. Alex has a job part-time. Jay does his DoorDash, as we know. But those 3 guys, especially Alex, probably receive a certain amount of money a year. How many catches have you done, Ryan?
Evgab has done 5 catches.
So do you think that you're entitled to an equal distribution of compensation from predatory catching endeavors as Alex, CC Unit, and Jay?
No, I'm not, and I'm not a communist, so it doesn't really make sense to invoke that.
Well, I'm just saying, as far as a flat tax goes, like, why would Alex took all the risk, Jay took all the risk, Ghost took all the risk. Great things don't clamor for attention. Beautiful things don't ask for attention. And, people see what they want to see, and people are starting to love the shit out of you, buddy. And I'm waiting for you to have like 40,000 subscribers. And then there's going to be somebody else in the wings throwing shade at you. I know what it takes I know what it takes to become successful financially. And it really fucking irks me because the government didn't do anything for me with every fucking incentive they have, every plan they have, financial aid. It was me working 75 hours a week, doing what I had to do to get to where I want to be. So, and you will not fucking take it from me.
So, I mean, that's not really argued. I mean, so even as far as even a progressive tax, as far as what it is, I mean, it's not like you'd be punished because you'd always be making more money.
Why am I paying more percentage of my taxes? Why am I paying more percentage of my taxes over $100,000 than I am under? Why do I pay more of the money when I work? The extra money is what makes me special. That's what I work hard for, and that's what I really worked hard to achieve. So why am I going to pay a higher rate on those taxes than the first half of the money that I make? Why?
So honestly, okay. So honestly, the only reason that I have is
it's wrong. Whatever it is, it's wrong.
Is according to any evidence, the longest period of sustained economic growth in the history of the world between the 40s and 70s, the effective marginal tax rate was 43%. So it would just be based on the evidence that it has, kind of not like necessarily debating whether like what is right or like what at what line or whatever, like are we making more money? It kind of would be like based on just what the results are and what's your inference of like what is the best, most economically efficient, tax rate to be based on that. So nothing other than just the tax rate that was in place in the golden age of economic expansion.
So
and applying
New
that
York
now.
and California are losing people in droves. People are moving to Arizona, South Carolina.
And I live in
Tennessee.
California, and someone who makes their grand base salary is now trying to leave to get my fucking state tax somewhere the fuck else.
Wait, so something about like California and New York droves? Like, I mean,
people are leaving. People are leaving California, New York, Michigan, Illinois, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania just turned blue. Georgia went blue last year. I live in Florida. People are leaving Miami in droves. And
what do you think contributed to that?
I thought Ron DeSantis was a Republican.
I said they're leaving Miami for other parts of Florida, Chris.
Oh, okay. I thought you said they're leaving. Oh, never mind.
No worries, brother. No worries.
But like, what do you think contributed to that?
What do you attribute to that?
Because nobody wants to live under. So who knows who Lori Lightfoot is? Tell us who Lori Lightfoot is. I've been talking too much. Red Hood, tell us who Lori Lightfoot is.
I'm going to have to do it again this year. But last year, I paid 30% of my income into taxes. And I still don't have it fully paid off. That's how much I'm getting screwed. I'm going to have to do it again this year.
Lightfoot.
30% of my entire annual income is going to go to the state of California. And federal. I mean, federal's fucking.
Hold on. Bombstitute has told us Alex is going to be going live in an hour. Can you please pin that, Chris?
I don't see that. That's what I was trying to look for. I don't see that comment.
It's
so y'all want to know who Lori Lightfoot is or not?
Oh yeah.
That's the governor of Chicago.
I was just gonna say that.
She's the mayor of Chicago. I think.
The disgraced mayor of Chicago. Disgraced.
I got it.
Oh, so yeah. I mean, I was just gonna say like it's very general to say like. Okay, so a lot of people are leaving a state, then you think of why, but then just attributing it to generally some political ideology.
Because I'm leaving breadcrumbs, Ryan. If you give me 30 seconds to unpack my idea, I'm happy to get there.
Sure.
Because people who make the city run, people who actually put their money where their mouth is, people like Jay, people like Courtney, people like Alex, who create something and make their own fortune, all of a sudden these liberal regimes, they think they're entitled, and then they dangle. First of all, there's nothing progressive or unracist about telling a marginalized group of people that they know what's best for them. As a matter of fact, I think it's the most disrespectful thing you could do to a human being is dictate to someone what's best for them. Sovereignty.
What are you attributing to that?
Are you going to let me finish, or are you going to keep asking me questions in the middle of my statement? So sovereignty of the individual is probably the most beautiful thing about the fabric of our country. Like if your life's great, that's awesome. If your life sucks, it's probably your fault. We're not all starting out at the same starting point. I'm not saying that. Some of us are born wealthy. Some of us inherit a company. Unfortunately, I lost one of my parents when I was very young. They got divorced when I was like 2 years old. So, I kind of grew up more or less by myself in the house. I was a very awkward kid. So you said, where did my confidence come from? I have a voice that I do voiceover work. I do infomercials. I was a guy that couldn't step out of his own shadow until the world beat me down to a point where I felt worthless and I was ready to cash in my chips. Like desperation is the greatest gift you can give to a man. And liberals give people just enough. It's like a carrot in front of the horse. Like they just keep walking. So Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, this is a great example. She rejected Amazon from building a fulfillment center just outside the Bronx that would have employed thousands of people at $20 an hour on average. So you're asking me why people are leaving those countries? Because rent is astronomical, property tax is astronomical, because they have to subsidize Medicaid, they have to subsidize WIC, they have to subsidize Section 8, they have to subsidize food stamps, they have to subsidize ACORN, they have to subsidize PACE programs. It's awful. Nothing in life worth having ever comes easy. Like I'm not super rich, but I do pretty well. And the fact that I work 70 hours a week and I didn't come from it, I have a 2,200 square foot house. It's not a mansion, it's a decent house. I have a nice car, not a great car. I have a nice car. To me, it means everything in the fucking world. Anything that was ever given to me for free, I treat like shit.
Yeah. So here's man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So I was gonna ask like so like when you kind of said like okay, liberals are saying that black people like to tell black people what's best for them. Again, I'm not sure what policy you're attributing to that. It's just kind of like, oh, that's what we're saying apparently. Like
Did I say
mean,
the word black at any point?
no, I just don't know what you're saying. I don't know.
Identifies.
Or minorities or something. Or maybe I got it wrong.
They
But
say
like
minorities at any point.
I said marginalized, so members of the
is it
LGBTQ
marginalized?
community, black people,
Oh,
Latino people, Asian
oh,
Americans, Indian Americans.
okay. But what's an example of that specifically?
So
Like,
here's
I
an
mean,
example. So when like these people, these triggered white liberals, they when they say okay, so take critical race theory for instance. They say that their whole shtick is being born white is the super duper advantage, and being born anything else, black, Latino, Hispanic, is the ultimate disadvantage you could be born with. And that's literally such a racist and bigoted and literally evil mindset to instill in other people. So, in your thing of whole, like not being racist and not being, not being sexist and like all these ists, and their whole message of equality and stuff, literally that like how much more bigoted and how much more racially segregated
response.
of an idea could you have come up with? Literally, it's like you're telling little black kids and Hispanic kids and of any other race that they're automatically at a disadvantage for not being born white, and you're telling all white kids, 10, 11, 12-year-old white kids, that they're automatically racists for being born white, and they're automatically evil people for the color of their skin, which completely spits in the face of what Martin Luther King Jr., the great Martin Luther King Jr., was trying to say in his fight for the civil rights movement. Judge someone off of their ability, judge someone off of the content of their character, not the color of their skin, and not white, not black. So literally, their whole shit is the most bigoted, evil idea that you could come up with. Like that's a good example, of this whole race
Yeah.
thing.
So yeah, can I respond? Yeah. So basically, my kind of response to that is, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. So
No,
if
we
you
never
look at,
said you did.
if
We
you
never
like,
said you did.
no, no, I know that. I'm saying like,
Yeah.
generally maybe some agendas. Okay, whatever it is. But I'm saying, let's say, like if we take kind of the historical context of the country, kind of where it was, we can't deny that it wasn't racist. We can't deny that it didn't marginalize around communities, and up to slavery, and we can't deny that that couldn't have a generational impact. So I think that simply just pointing out certain systemic,
Of
uh,
course,
you know, like
Ryan, really
I'm
quick,
making my
Ryan,
response.
super quick,
I'm reading
super
my
quick. I have a
response.
question, not a comment, a question. What
Yeah.
about indentured servitude?
Sorry.
What about indentured servitude?
What about it? What do you mean?
Well, you're throwing terms around like slavery, and like many people probably already know, many minorities already had slaves. There was a guy by the name of Bartolome de las Casas. They name one major empire that didn't have slave labor. Not saying that, I'm not minimalizing it, but I'm just you're saying this like you're making it sound as if it's a unique idea specific to America. America, as we know, it was born in
I never said that. I never
1776,
made that
which means
case.
no, he never said that.
No, so I'm not saying okay. So I'm not saying that. So I'm saying that if, let's say, a certain group was marginalized and maybe slavery was attached to it, that can't have a generational impact, or that can't have some kind of measurable impact of any kind. That's what I'm saying. And I think that just kind of looking at it, being like, all right, so it's just kind of looking at data and being like, what do we do? What's the response? Kind of like,
so
what should
okay.
we figure out?
What do we
And I
do?
agree, a lot of the approaches are kind of wrong as far as going about it. But essentially, I think it's totally a falsity to say that because some progressives point out that there's a problem, that means that somehow they're like creating the problem, like that they're saying the other people are like less than. No, it's like it's essentially the problem that did that, not the people that are addressing it. So that's kind of just one. Um, but two, as far as like some of the I think some of the points about like why people were leaving California, like and people can't afford to live, and it's very expensive to live in California, and like it's all getting subsidized and everything, you know couldn't a solution to that be higher wages? Couldn't a solution to that be a livable wage?
Ryan, that money does not belong to anyone other than the private purveyors of the businesses that employ them. Unless you're a federal employee, like, why would you be entitled to? I can't go to my boss tomorrow. I have the right to say either pay me X or I'm leaving. And he has the right to say either I think you're worth the time or I'll pay you X.
Yeah, so basically it's kind of just it's not really saying like, an individual person arguing for, like, oh, just give me this amount of money. Essentially it would say that, where would the economy be if someone who would work 40 hours a week would essentially be able to make a livable salary, and then where would the economy be by any kind of, and that's kind of, by the way, that part is not really like any kind of emotion attached to it. That's just kind of like cold-bloodedly, no emotions, just looking at the data, just an economic discussion. Where would that be? Like forget like any kind of emotions like fairness or anything like that. Would that be a sensible economic approach? That'd be it.
No.
Like I don't care about emotions. Like
no.
It took a turn.
Yeah, what's your proof?
It took a turn since he said he's a Bernie supporter. I agree.
So here it is, Ryan.
Too political.
If everyone's so progressive and so woke, why don't all those people stop buying iPhones that are manufactured under child labor in China? Stop buying fucking TCL TVs that are manufactured overseas for $399 at Walmart, and stop eating at restaurants that pay people $6.15 an hour. In the words of Dave Chappelle, put your money where your mouth is, get off the bus and make a change and pony up your own dough.
Yeah, I mean, so that would kind of be saying that like these problems will be solved just by consumer choices, which I wouldn't say that it would be at all. And as far as like getting things like made in America the right way, we could easily fix that with trade deals. That a lot of what Bernie Sanders is trying to negotiate, like a lot of what progressives are trying to negotiate, where those problems could have already been solved, had we just implemented proper policy. But because of that, we're not going to put that on the consumer saying, okay, you're going to go against what makes the most sense as a product just because your country is messing up. I mean, I don't see how that makes sense. It's not on the consumer.
I'm saying if you're exploiting the individual, if somebody cares so much about the individual, I exclusively purchase American-made cars. I make every opportunity I can to buy American-made products, even if that means more money out of my pocket. We've created a system of consumerism where people who make $9 an hour still think they need a $900 smartphone. They still think they need $300 sneakers. They still think that they need a $45,000 car. Those ideas are alien. Like, consumerism drives. And before we get back to predator shit, because I don't know when this became CNN.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you mentioned Bernie.
Yeah. What I will say this is the liberal dominated states, if you look at the way that they've handled the crisis that has been COVID-19, look at what's happened to New York and California with most of the small businesses that they own. You walk down the street and you see every retail space that says
small businesses don't exist anymore.
They don't.
Well, I mean, but are you going to ask consumers to really not pick the best product when it's not the fault of them?
It's not the best, Ryan. They're not buying the best product. They're buying the cheapest product. And that cheapest product is only cheapest because it's made on the backs of exploited labor forces.
And the cheapest product comes from Walmart, from Target, from whatever the fuck. And small businesses are getting cucked by California and from New York City. That's the communistic rule. It's all going to be owned by, big fucking, big Walmart, big Target.
Hold on.
Shit.
To cap like the whole political shit off, do all of you think we are on the verge of Civil War II?
No.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Our attention span is way too short as a people. I mean, from Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie to Tiger King to Squid Game.
Distraction. It's all a distraction.
That's what I'm saying. Is we have a collective attention span that can only be measured in nanoseconds.
Our military is too advanced to have another civil war. What they're going to push for is right states. They're going to push. Big media is going to push for states wanting to succeed. It's all just cause a bigger divide. There's never going to be a divide. There's never going to be a succeed.
This is the perfect example.
They're going to push for it, but it's not going to happen. It's impossible.
I'm going to bring it back to the main thing being the main thing right now. Whenever I have conversations with people that are liberal leaning or progressive leaning, because Ryan's still my friend after this. Like, I know Ryan through these videos, through these chats. I like Ryan more than 90% of the people in the chat because I know him. He's been nothing but nice to me. He's still my friend. Catching pedophiles. Does anyone know the song Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Yes.
No.
The
That's the
whole,
09 song.
the whole premise of the song is that we have nothing in common, but there's one thing we've got. And I guess if we take anything away from this really fucked up version of What's Your Story, is that protecting kids is literally, that's the one thing, that's the one tie that binds us. And in some of our White Guy Wednesday episodes, I've called it, it's a sincerely altruistic movement. Like it's meant for, I mean, there's certain people in the community and you guys can decide who you think I'm talking about, but they do it for money and clout. But most of the people that I know personally, like I know Jay. Jay's been in my house. We've smoked together. We've had beers together. Like that motherfucker, even if he makes some money, he cares about keeping kids safe. Like he genuinely, like this is the way that he gives back to the country.
Yeah, honestly, and I just kind of like arguing. To me, I don't really, the way I kind of look at it, I mean, I kind of come from like a very conservative family, whatever. So I like arguing is just like so like, I don't know, I'm just like very used to arguing. I kind of just look at it kind of like a game almost, like but I don't really put like, oh, like because you disagree, like I have something against you. I see it as like a total just kind of like almost kind of like a game of chess of just like policy ideas,
So,
thoughts. Like if you might point out maybe like a fallacy, I might like make a counter argument against maybe how that's not a fallacy. To me, that's like it's just.
I have a question for either Ryan or Nate, because you guys would probably know. Didn't California pass a law that kind of softened up on pedophiles?
Oh yeah, I remember that. That's terrible. Someone told me about that.
It was last year, wasn't it?
Nate, do you know what we're talking about?
I feel like I should know, but I do not.
Wasn't it last year?
If you describe it, I'll probably know and have some intel, but I don't know what originally you're talking about.
So
yeah, I think it literally said that
I think they made a law that like softened up. They were saying that like criticizing men or women who love children is basically a form of hate.
That's disgusting.
Wouldn't surprise me, but I have no idea about
softened stance on pedophiles.
I do not know, unfortunately.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, some
Ryan,
stuff is
do
like
you have any insight?
Yeah, some stuff is like totally whack. So like I would like that, and I would just be like I'd be against it.
So like I fear like you know how like 20 to 30 years ago, say like the concept of being gay was like really morbid and like unacceptable, and now no one gives a fuck. Not that I'm kind of equating that whole law to everything else, because everything else who gives a fuck if you're gay. Like love is love. Like no one gives a fuck. But like think of that. Think of how the concept of being gay and all this other shit was so morbid back in the day, and now literally no one cares. So do you guys think that this whole like child lover thing, is it gonna happen the same way? Like I talked about it with JDQ. Like we had this whole discussion about it on like his channel. Like, do you see that whole child lover? Because like there's people out there who form their own communities. Like, oh, we are the child lovers.
I think they're definitely pushing for it. I hope it doesn't. Yeah. But if you look into preschool, what they're teaching in schools now, and then you're saying that they're teaching sexuality in preschool, and in preschool you shouldn't even know what really sexuality is. They're definitely pushing towards it.
Right.
They're making sexuality, by teaching young kids, it's okay to be trans, it's okay to be gay. I mean, you're teaching kids to be what they should be attracted to or what they shouldn't be attracted to it before they're even attracted to it. So it is pretty predatory in the stance that you're talking about fucking circumstances and fucking topics that kids shouldn't even be thinking about in the first place. So in the grand scheme of things, it is very predatorial. It does make the fucking left look like a bunch of pedophiles. Yeah.
I just realized that when Nate's about 15 drinks deep, he sounds his most professional and articulate. So Nate, I think we found the sweet spot for how you
next time, next like that one.
True, dude. I get in the zone.
Have you ever seen Old School where he goes to the debate and then he's like, I blacked out. What happened? Nate literally just went on like a 60-second monologue that was epic for the ages. But no, that was definitely that was a segue that I don't know if it really made anything. It was interesting to see how many conservative leaning people we have in the chat. I was actually surprised about that. But at the end of the day, what I will say is I'm not gonna change my stance on Ryan simply because of how he feels about politics. I watch a man's feet. I don't listen to his words.
All started with Bernie. Damn Bernie.
Wait, what?
All right, Chris. What's your
It all
next
started
question,
with
Chris?
Bernie.
What's
When
your
he got done politics.
Let's turn this back into what's your story.
Yes, you talked about your three favorite catchers. What are the three catchers you don't like the most?
Who, me?
Out of like the catching style, not anything personally. Just
OB
Who?
Nation,
My
OB
question?
Nation, OB Nation.
My question? Or
It's
was
your
that my
show,
question?
Chris.
anybody.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Well, obviously, the person I don't like the most probably now is how would you say?
That's the question.
Golden
Who we
Box.
don't like the most.
Yeah.
Holy
Wait, that's a
shit.
question?
Not
Yeah.
personally, but I'm talking about like the catching.
Oh
catching
yeah.
style.
That's
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
Catching style. Me, Pop Squad. Don't like his style at all. Don't fuck with it. Don't vibe with it.
I disagree, man. He's you know what's funny? I dislike Nito from Pop Squad just from some of the shit that I heard, but I liked his catching style. And on the opposite side, I find Dap to be a little entertaining. Like I enjoy those two guys as people, but I think that their style is probably the least effective.
They go around like thinking that they're, I don't know, Batman and Robin, like beating up fucking criminals and shit.
Yeah. Well,
Fucking the PP Avengers.
Yeah,
there's catchers that I don't like personally. If it was just one that I had to say I didn't like their style, it would be Rami. The other two catchers, dude, honestly, I don't give a fuck what your style is. It just depends who you are personally to me. So I don't give a fuck what your fucking style is. As long as you're getting the job done, you're getting the job done. But when it comes to me personally, I mean, the only one I don't like how they do it catching wise is Rami, and that's as far as I'm gonna get. But other than that, I look at how they are personally, and there's only like three. But Rami is the one that fits the bill. How I don't like him, how he does it personally, and how he does it publicly. Is Rami's the only one I'll fucking talk to on about that.
Do
my
you think
issue with Pop Squad was that they do have like pioneer credit a little bit because like there wasn't much being done before that, but at the same time they kind of have this. He kind of has this like mentality that seems like it's unfortunate that he says like, oh, we're the only ones that can really do this. Everyone else is just like they don't know what they're doing.
Pop Squad's such an egotistical motherfucker.
And it's
He took he tries taking credit for a legislation that was already due to be changed, and he's taking credit for it being changed, like in his city or like.
Dude, I've
some
actually
sort of
never watched Pop Squad in my entire life.
Yeah,
which will surprise a lot of people.
Yeah.
But
Nito had some good catches. He definitely you can see the DNA of Nito, and I'm not going to name any names because I respect them a lot, but there's certain predator catchers out there where, I think they take a little bit of Chris Hansen, a little bit of creep catchers, a little bit of Nito, and now there's guys out there that take a little bit of Alex, and there's guys that take from the people that took from Alex. Off the grid philosophy said Justin Payne sucks now because his channel is all about him rather than the cause. What I can tell you is Nito kind of had a little bit of what Chris Hansen had going on, where one thing I can say about Alex, because I know him a touch, is he's supportive of people joining the movement and making their own content. Chris Hansen was afraid that anybody who came out was taking something that could be his.
And that's true.
And I felt something similar from Pop Squad.
That people always thought that Alex and Tommy had a beef. I mean, Alex never had a problem with how Tommy did catches personally. Never. It's always a difference in opinion. How people do catches for show gloating and how people are personally. No one has ever had a problem with Tommy and how they did catches. The only people that have had that seems to have that problem with a problem that which we have with is Rami. But if you want to talk about catchers I don't like personally, you could add Tommy to the list. You could add FM Spotlight to the list. You could add Daps to the fucking list. And that's nothing. That's not an opinion that I have alone. But I have no problem with how they do catches. I just don't like them personally. But when it comes to the point where how they do catches, it's just Rami.
No, you know who I really don't like? Like, there's this chick, like, there's this new, like, Corny Elizabeth. Anyone heard of her?
Oh yeah.
You know,
Who the
jumping
fuck
into
is that?
cars and shit, thinking it's like GTA and shit. You know, giving like the young newcoming catchers a bad like lesson. Like, don't jump into cars, kids, please. Like,
That's pretty
Yeah,
crazy. No,
please
I give her
don't.
props for that. That took
Yeah,
some
no.
balls. That was a stupid idea, but it took some balls. And, you know, it's not a stupid idea to the point where I think that I hate you for it. I mean, it took some balls. I mean, it was content. It took some balls to hop into a Predator's fucking car.
I tell you what, you know what it takes balls
Courtney,
to do
I'm
is to
kidding.
go into a locked hotel room for 15 minutes
Bro,
with PPS
yeah,
in
yeah.
the lobby.
I'm getting
That
railed
takes-
for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You got railed harder than me with the 8-ball.
Bro, you got railed
Yeah,
harder than
you know,
the
as far as
train
like
I was
Justin
on
Payne,
today.
I've seen a few of them. Like I think that I have a couple. Here's like a couple of my issues. Is he's referred to himself as a vigilante, so that like obviously drives me crazy
Who?
because like
Justin
Justin,
Payne.
yeah, he calls himself like a
I don't
vigilante.
know anything
Don't do
about
that.
guy.
Don't
Yeah.
do that, man.
I mean, that's like the
That's the
main
worst
thing
thing
that
you could
irks me
do.
is like
All I
mean,
know
don't
about that
think
guy
he's
is he did
necessarily
all
considering
his lives
a
in a
vigilante.
car, which is kind of weird.
but
I don't know anything
you know,
about that
he
guy.
has like done things like like stay on cars, like like he like what is he like jump on the cars or whatever and says you're not leaving, whatever you see that, like he does that all the time, and I just think that we do gotta kind of position ourselves as like we're just in a lawful way trying to gather information and apply it in a useful way. That should be our role, and anything other than that, it can be like twisted from the news media to be something else, and that's a problem,
Fake news.
Chris LaRoche,
media.
was this a success? Are you glad you went live? Or are you like, fuck, dude, why the fuck did I do this shit?
LaRoche is fucking regretting it right now.
Nah, I'm cool. I'm good. Are you guys regretting it? That's the
No,
question.
are
'cause I
you
brought up
regretting
Frank.
it? That's
Are
the
you
most
regretting
important question. It's broadcasting on your channel. Are you going to leave this live up is the question. Are you going to delete
I'll
it?
leave it.
Like, oh shit, this shit
I'll
got
take it
way
down
too
like I did my
political or
apology
got way
video.
too personal. Or are you going to leave it as an official white or not white, what's your story episode?
I'll take it down like I did my apology videos.
Dude, just so you know, if you ever start again, I now have a software that I paid a lot of money for it. It downloads all the videos to a lot of people. So if you'd ever do, I'm going to have it. I don't have any of the last ones, but that was my favorite series of all time, Chris. Chris, that was the reason I'm on YouTube to this day. I'm waiting for season 2 of the apology series.
It's hard, but I'm not gonna stop.
Yes.
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna take this down, is what you're saying?
No, I'm gonna leave it up. I'll leave it up.
You don't have to. I mean, it's
I'll
probably
leave
the
it.
best for all of us.
It's your
if you do
choice,
take it down.
LaRoche. It's your choice.
Red Hood showed his face. Fucking Envy Cap came out as a fucking commie. Me and Ray said I don't
Further
know. At least
solidified
me
their
said some
racism.
stupid shit.
You guys are
Ray's the
bottom
only
for
one
right
that
now?
would come out on top if you leave this fucking live up. Other than that, we're all gonna get
Other than
shot.
that, we're all fucked. I mean, they're gonna find my location now. Now that I showed my face.
So Alex is going to be going live in about 15 minutes, guys. Chris, we have time for maybe 1 or 2 more roundtable questions.
All right.
Hold on, really quick. What does Daddy ASF mean?
Daddy as fuck.
What does that mean?
So they want to bang you. Whoever said that wants to bang you.
That's Bomb. Bomb wants to bang you. She's been asking me to put
Okay, now
you
you take that down. Now you absolutely have to take it down.
What does that? Seriously? What does that mean? Daddy as fuck. I don't understand. Like, does that mean like dad bod or like old guy?
You look like it. Oh no, I don't. Oh, I started a war.
That's not what. Don't be disrespectful. She's always super nice.
I'll take it down.
I'll take it down. But can someone please
about.
explain to me what it really means?
It means like it's like when you're not. It means like fucking you're like.
There, she posted the real meaning.
You're built.
My
good.
apologies, Bomb.
Wow. No homo, Bomb. No homo. No chomo.
He's cute though, built good. It's like a whole meme.
Here we go with Nathan's Blink-182 tattoo. Hey, Muser, should we have Polish American Brotherhood on when we have Saint Mises on? That'd be a good collab, right? It's one of my political activist friends that I have in the YouTube universe.
So that's what's next for White Guy Wednesday?
Hopefully. We'll see.
Hopefully.
We'll see if Ray could get Saint Mises on, which would be fantastic. If he does, I want to know as soon as possible so I could start sharing his music so then people know who it is that are coming on before he comes on. So,
So are
right,
y'all gonna
figure
do?
that out for me.
Are y'all gonna do like an Instagram or? You know what I'm saying?
15 episodes, Chris LaRoche. 15 episodes. I don't
No,
even
I'm
have
not
a
talking about the episodes. I'm talking about like an Instagram for
right. I'm
specific.
saying at 15 episodes, if we're
Gotcha,
still running,
Yeah,
gotcha.
we'll see. We'll come up with that. Dude, it's gonna be it's a trial and error run until 15 episodes, and it'll be then and there. It's like the 15 episodes is basically in a pilot episode. So and then
Gotcha.
after the 15 episodes, if we come back, which we probably will, we're gonna make it professional as fuck. Like PNN is gonna like shit themselves of how professional we're gonna be if we come back after that 15 episode mark. In which case we're gonna take a month or two, a month and a half tops at most, and we're going to get it as professional grade as humanly possible. So we're just going to wait till 15 episodes till we pull the trigger on that or not. Is this just a joke or is this going to be a legit thing? And we're going to make that as a fucking we're going to keep that criteria in mind when it comes to the 15 episode mark.
When I tried to get Lowe's Alexander, I don't know who that is.
I don't know who the fuck Lowe's Alexander is either.
Save Ryan.
Somebody just sent me a DM of what daddy as fuck means on Urban Dictionary.
What does the Urban Dictionary say it means?
So it's often used sometimes, especially in fandoms, as a way to catcall an extremely attractive male who accentuates alpha energy, or a person or character who elicits an enticing dominant masculinity.
So there you go.
Toxic masculinity.
Dude, I'm gonna get a tattoo right here that says "Daddy as fuck." I'm gonna be PP Daddy AF. That's gonna be my channel when I actually get a catch. I think I talked about it on White Guy Wednesday. I had a catch about 2 or 3 weeks ago, Chris, and the dude drove out of the parking lot over a parking divider and almost killed 2 Hooters waitresses.
So you've done catches?
We haven't gotten any on camera. I've gotten 2 guys that ran on me and like 4 or 5 people that just fucking no-showed.
So is that something you're going to be doing like on your own, or?
It's kind of the reason why I gave such a shout out to Jaime and like T-Coy and even Courtney before she was doing catches, because that shit I did some interrogation stuff with Chris, with Jay and with Alex, and for me, talk is cheap. It's easy. I can talk to anybody. That's not hard. But to actually go, and for Alex and those guys, Alex and Jesus and Alfredo to drive 1,400 miles to maybe catch someone, and the decoys to go through 6 or 7 months of shit, like those are the unsung heroes. Those are the first responders of the predator community.
That's dedication.
Yeah.
But do you have a decoy?
No, it's me in drag.
Well, so yeah, I get decoy.
Hey, drag fucking Jorge's fucking ass out of it and do it with him.
I would love to.
Yeah, he's going through a rough patch right now.
Oh my lord!
I check in on Jorge once a week. I said welcome back. It's good to have you back, and he said back-ish. So Chris, you got the opportunity to ask one more question to the round table, the Knights of the Court, if you will.
Make it nice. I want to answer a question that's going to make me giggle, to be honest with you.
Fuck, marry, kill. Tommy, Rami.
Dude, that was my question, Chris. I came up with that. Stop. No. You can't recycle my question.
I didn't know that was your question. Was that your question?
God, a fuck, marry, kill question isn't something I had in mind either.
Tommy, Rami, and Lyric Pardon.
Lyric. This question is horseshit. That's a horrible question. Horrible.
Well, I'd obviously.
Chris, you're better than that. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. I'm going to take over the microphone. I'm going to let you think. Don't put your head down. You're just basically inviting the world to witness your male pattern baldness. So
it could be as easy as 1, 2, 3. It does not have to be per. Make it a happy question, dude.
Yeah, a happy question.
Shoot my
what inspires
across
you
the wall tonight? Make
That's
it a
good
happy
one.
question.
That's a good one. What
inspires you? How about that? And Ryan already left.
Because Ryan's gay. Wait.
Oh,
there he is.
Ryan, what inspires you?
Me?
No, Ryan.
Oh, Ryan, what inspires you?
To do catches?
Yeah,
no,
you have
in general.
30 seconds.
In general.
Say what inspires
30 seconds.
The potential impact, I guess, of what could happen. I guess. Like
Ryan,
if
your
it.
daddy is fuck. I just want you to know that, Ryan. Your daddy is fuck.
Okay, right.
Daddy is
What
fuck.
inspires you?
The awareness that I don't have an unconscious belief that I'm going to live forever that allows me to live in insecurity and fear, that our time here is absolutely temporary. Very little of what we do matters. And I've never heard anyone on a deathbed say that I wish I had more insecurities and I wish I did less cool shit. It's typically, I wish I was a better friend. I was a better son. I wish that I tried harder at everything I did. And I aspired to greatness. I didn't belittle it. So, you know, your sovereignty of yourself, like your destiny is yours for the taking. So, I mean, I'm old. I'm an old man, and like, I take care of myself physically. I take care of myself mentally. I stay well read. I take care of myself spiritually. I don't let myself get overwhelmed or startled or burdened. So what motivates me at this point? It's something inside of me. Like, I think it always starts with an external motivator, but the problem with an external motivator, such as like I want to buy a house, I want to buy a car, is you'll eventually get those things. And once you get those things, there's nothing left to push you. There's nothing left to drive. So, you know, find whatever it is that makes you want to be phenomenal at something. And the second that you hold it, don't ever let it go.
I like it. Nate.
Hold on. Goat Son just asked me what my TRT dosage was.
What'd they ask you?
What's my TRT dosage? Oh God, that's funny. We have the best fans ever. Yo, real quick, Mooser, you're absolutely right. God motive, like the idea that he is in me and I'm in him. You're 110% right. So, yeah, I'm sorry, Nate. Go ahead, buddy. That was rude of me.
Ray taking the show. I'm just kidding.
I know. Hijacking. What's your story?
I guess what inspires me is to be a better person than my father was, and I think that's a firm belief of any man that exists. You want to be a better version of what your father is, and what inspires me to be to go against the grain as a fellow Californian that grew up, born and raised in California. Not a lot of people, most people that I meet in my daily life, they either a very few percentage love me, a vast majority do not like me. And I hope I'm doing, just doing what I set off to be, because, I'm not a stereotypical leftist fucking retard. I want to be a better person than what my father was. I want to leave this world a better place than what my father was. To be ultimately, I want to leave my family in a better place. So, with what inspires me is to the fact that I'm going to be a tough son of a bitch, not a coward. I'm going to continue being a fucking face of, hopefully, of inspiration. And that's what inspires me. Not to be a little bitch, basically. I feel like that the majority of Californians are little bitches, and I don't want to put up that way. As much as people fucking hate me because I'm not a little bitch like the rest of these fucking California fags that they know. My inspiration is not to be a little fucking bitch. Red Hood, it's your turn now, motherfucker.
All right. What about you, Hood?
My inspiration is to use I really value my ability to discern from positive and negative. I really like to think that growing up, I'll take elements from, my thankfully still present mother and father, take the positives from them, help them make me a better person, and then overall, just in a general sense, I'm inspired by the idea or like the ideal that one day I'll help and take those around me to a better place, financially, emotionally, and in general. Like, I'm inspired by that ideal. Everyone around me just doing what they love, living without a worry, and hopefully I get to facilitate that. So yeah,
I like it. So, in things, I want to thank you guys for coming on. What inspires me is just knowing that I'm not where I was at, I'm not the same person I was at yesterday or 6 months ago or a year ago. I'm trying to better myself no matter what. There's always room to grow. There's always room for improvement. And you just got to learn not to make the same mistakes twice. You got to learn to, when the times get tough, not to give up, and you got things, you just got to learn to press through. So what inspires me is just to know where I came from and know where I'm headed, pretty much.
And to keep the main thing the main thing.
Exactly.
Keep the fucking main thing, the motherfucking main thing. That's it.
Yes.
No high school bullshit. Main thing,
None.
the main fucking thing.
No
None.
apology videos, none of that.
None.
No.
Zero.
No apologies. Zero. We don't apologize to shit, you fucking. I can't even say the unpolitical fucking words that I can't even say over the internet, you fucking F words.
Just end the stream and you could say it.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Why do people think that I'm the one that rails cocaine? Did anyone see what Nate just did?
Because I'm not like fucking. My eyes aren't fucking like they just saw fucking Scream point. My eyes aren't pointed at like Chris LaRoche just creeped out their fucking window for the fucking.
Hey, I'm trying to keep it more than 5 seconds without staring at this camera. So.
Oh my god!
If you could take my political tirade and just edit that out, Chris, that'd be great.
No, Nate's you should have seen Nate's tirade the other day. It was so fucking funny.
You shouldn't have. If
Yeah,
I
you
had
should.
seen it, good.
Yeah, you should have.
I'll just take the whole damn thing out.
If anybody wants to add me on Instagram, it's at sweetbabyray42.
All right, if anyone wants to add me, it's at Courtney.Elizabeth.
Mine's at Lyrics Mood.
Ryan, what's yours?
Ryan's watching cartoons right now.
Ryan's watching porn right now.
Somebody on Instagram?
Yeah, drop your Instagram.
Ryan's
I think
like
it's
reading up on the
Handicap is
next
watching.
Bernie Sanders fucking update.
Mine is floral potence. Just hit that.
There we go.
Wait,
All right.
Hold on. The only one that really matters is, should I change my Instagram to @DaddyASF? Can I change my Instagram handle or no?
Yeah,
You
you
can.
can.
Oh,
You
okay.
can.
As many times, just as long as the username you're about to put in isn't taken already.
And will it delete the friends I already have or no? The followers?
No, absolutely not.
It just
How
changes your name. That's all.
Yeah, of course.
What do you guys think is better, Sweet
Disregard
Baby
Ray
Ray or
and the fucking
Daddy
ape.
ASF?
Yeah,
What's better, Sweet Baby Ray 42 or Daddy ASF?
I like
I
Sweet
thought-
Baby Ray.
I like Sweet Baby Ray.
Yeah, I like Sweet Baby Ray. I think you should keep it.
Nate likes meth.
Nate
I'm
likes
sorry.
meth.
I'm sorry.
Ooh, I just got a follower on Instagram. It's a pretty female. What you know about that, Chris, huh? I'm about to hit this girl up and I'm going to make 17 apology videos by Tuesday.
Roach fucking being an innovator.
I'm gonna end
Giving
it now.
people followers and shit.
Chris,
I'm
thanks
gonna
for,
end this shit now.
Chris,
Later.
Thanks for
Later,
having us,
man.
Chris.
All right, man.
Fuck Jews.